Travis Wayne Goodsell. You have probably heard over the decades of members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints who are excommunicated, and there's a big scandal, and then at conference an apostle will vaguely speak on it, but not directly, just in case there are Mormons who may not know of it. And so those apostates will go on and do a YouTube video that the apostle called me out in conference. And I've always wondered why, until today, I've been left out. I mean, they've made communications with me through other means before, but the conference, they were just in blatant denial land, ignoring me and continuing to have me expose them during conference. Conference weekend is when the church is focused on conference. And so I'm being left alone this whole weekend. This is the way it is traditionally. The ones who cyber terrorize me don't cyber terrorize me on conference weekend because they're busy with conference. It's only Mormons who attack me. And therefore, it's always conference time when I get the most views. Now, they've rigged the algorithms on YouTube so that my #1 videos lately maybe reach 200. Even though there's certain videos that I do, such as, where did I put you? There you are. The second coming of Donald Jesus Trump and Russell Marion Mars Nelson. Gathering at Armageddon by Voice of the Priesthood, page 291, Joseph Fielding Smith Sr. This council in the valley of Armageddon is to be of the greatest importance to this world. At that time, there will be a transfer of government authority from the usurper and impostor Lucifer to the rightful king Jesus, for which they were so pissed with me that YouTube attacked, they got Microsoft involved, and Google involved to all attack me for that one video that really set them off. You gotta understand, I'm here in this apartment now because of Joseph Fielding Smith Sr.'s book with that quote. I was not supposed to find that. So if by chance you're new and you didn't bother to click on my name to see I have a channel with a lot of other videos, and there's more than that, and to click on the oldest to see how long I've been doing videos, and then to go back and click on popular and to see my July 2017 video to know who I am. Because they already know. As Gong. He's taking the cookie challenge and came to the big event as it's raining. It's raining and he takes me on. With fortune cookies. D-Dodd, you dropped the ball. Oh my God. Backstory for you then. The Deseret News, October 2nd, 1993. Dallin H. Oaks is replying with an article in response to the church's firing and excommunicating of September 6th. Which conference would have been around that time too. Oaks explains in the article, local leaders are informed by church headquarters about members who may possibly be violating church standards. Brass band. That was going to be the thumbnail picture. It's still coming in the video. I think you already saw it, right? You can't miss it. I didn't. The Strengthening Church Members Committee pores over newspapers and other publications. So now with the internet and social media and websites, that too. They have to get more people for this committee. And identifies members accused of crimes, preaching false doctrines, criticizing leadership, or other problems. That information is forwarded on to the person's bishop or stake president, who is charged with helping them overcome problems and stay active in the church. And you see how miserably failing this committee has been, just with me alone. They have failed to get me reactivated in the church. It's not working. Maybe you should have tried something else way back from the beginning, like leave me alone. Oh, we never thought of that. Give agency? That's also in this today, too. The one, Brown, yeah, agency. It's not a false dichotomy. Our way or the highway. That's not agency. That's taking it away. That's Lucifer's plan. Agency is giving life, liberty, and property, and in return, you get it. That is agency. That's why there are 3 kingdoms of glory, not the highest degree of the celestial kingdom or outer darkness. And so, yes, they know me, not just because of this committee, but as an extension of this committee. There have been other instances where I bypassed this committee and went straight to them through their lawyers. So they know me. They don't want you to know me. Notice the number of view difference from my #1 video on July 2017 to just the second one. Yeah, they had to do an emergency shutdown on my channel. And so if you see my video page again for the current videos, yeah, big difference, huh? See, that's not the way it's supposed to have worked. When you start off on YouTube, oh, you're just brand new. People may not find you. And so you need to find ways to get more views. And then you build up over time. And more people see your video and they find your channel and they keep following you and they subscribe and they like. And it more and more. And over years, you'll build a good solid foundation of followers. I'm the exception because of that July video. That video tells every Mormon all over the world who I am. And the church has tried to shut me up and murder me ever since, to have me stay active in the church. Right, D-Dodd? I wasn't even going to bring it up. Notice I left it alone in that video. But nope, Gong had me bring it up. So it's your fault, D-Dodd, for not returning and reporting all my video content to the corporate board. So, if you've already watched Gong's video, you already know he talked about fortune cookies and then talked about Latter Day's prophecies. Should we go over those first? Probably. So, he learned that fortune cookies are not from his native China. They're Americanized. And a fortune cookie is a prediction of the future for the person who has the cookie at a Chinese restaurant. And it's intended to be for fun, but there's an astrological component to it with the ancient traditions that are in China. When a Chinese child is born, there's usually a person who reads their birth sign and gives a patriarchal blessing equivalent to the church for that child. So there is an astrological component similar to a fortune cookie. But a fortune cookie in America is just something for fun. You're not really supposed to take it seriously, but people will take the numbers on the back and use it for lotto. You know, if it works, great. That was a cheap fortune cookie. Now you can buy it. Buy out the company. And so he's, as the first session with the sustaining vote told you, we're supposed to sustain them as prophets, seers, and revelators. Notice, not translators. I always have to correct Mormons on this. No, they don't claim it. They don't have the gift. And as Uchtdorf told you, you have to practice. Practice. It doesn't come naturally. You have to practice. And And so he, as the living prophet of Jesus, which the official church's statement is they will never predict the future. Why do you have the title if you're not going to do the gift? Because you're obviously not practicing for it. Nonetheless. And so he goes over Matthew 22. Oh, you didn't think I'd check? Gong. Gong, gong, gong. Yep. In America, there was a cultural pop show on television back before I was born, probably, or at least in the 70s, called The Gong Show. Look it up on YouTube. I think there's some skits or episodes. I don't know if there's episodes, but at least skits. Quite entertaining. I do recall, well, it could have been in reruns. But anyway, that would have been earlier in my childhood when I saw those. And so Matthew 22 is right before 23, where Jesus goes off on the hypocritical Pharisees, who are the religious leaders of the church. D-Dod, you failed again. This is my ball court. I got game. Dear God. And when it's raining, Gong, what the hell? I might as well be chanting air ball, air ball, air ball. Oh, God, you're getting humiliated here. Oh, I just saw verse 15. You don't mess with the Jews. You just don't do it. Especially not with a fortune cookie. Breathe. We don't want this to go too long. Jesus answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, The kingdom of heaven, and as I've gone over with my audience who's followed me, the kingdom of heaven refers to the signs in the heavens of when the kingdom is coming. The Jews are concerned about this ever since Babylon kidnapped them, held them hostage in Ur of Babylon, and tortured them and murdered them, destroyed their temple, removed them from their land. They want to know when they're coming back. So Daniel and the idol statue god of Nebuchadnezzar in his dream, yeah, it's when they get their kingdom back. Guess who Christians are on that list? And not a single Christian ever catches on. They never have a clue. They just turn it literal history. They don't have a clue. So this is the latter-day kingdom. Is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son. The son is the prince, the Christ, king, anointed one, Christ, anointed one. So the king is going to have a wedding supper feast in Zion. Revelation 19. Ooh, look, there's star dates in heaven. Oh, look, in 3 more chapters, the parable of the 10 virgins. Oh, Gong, oh, this is so humiliating for you. As one who only claims the titles of prophet, seer, and revelator, and not even translator of Paleo-Hebrew and Egyptian. Oh, D-Dodd. And it's raining! I warned you in advance. I warned you. I warned you. And so yes, it's talking about servants are supposed to call to bid to the wedding. They wouldn't come. Yeah, I know all about that, right, Mormons? He even said, it's you, Mormons. Actually, the ones from the highways, the poor people. He called you that. Oh, dear God. So yes, the whole thing is about the wedding supper feast of the Lamb at the Temple of Zion in the millennial transfer. And so there's a fall of the great and abominable church, a transfer of authority. That's what the king is doing here. In marriage for his son, he's transferring his authority to his son to take over the throne with a marriage. That's how it was done. The son is going to be coronated king with his bride. And so whatever New Testament, Ephesians, or whichever one it was, about how just as the husband and the wife, so too Jesus and the church. The Christ and the church. That's this right here. And so the initial group that were invited don't go. And they actually slay his son, don't they? Have prepared and killed the fire, killed the marriage, and made light of it, went on their ways, on to his farm, and other to his merchandise. The remnant of his servants entreated them spitefully and slew them. Okay, so not the servants. But I think this is the one where they also killed the son. That would be Joseph Smith, but I don't see that here. But here's, many are called, but few are chosen. Joseph Smith's Liberty Jail documents about amen to the authority, Oaks. Oh, Gong. Oh, you were so busy preparing your talk that you missed that video of mine. I don't see them murdering. This is not that one. Okay. This is the one where the wedding garment, somebody comes with a wedding garment and he doesn't have the wedding garment. So, outer darkness, weeping and gnashing of teeth. But verse 15, then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they might entangle him in his talk. There's 15a for other passages. So you need to know Jewish cultural history during the Roman period for weddings, and it's a week long, you know, like tabernacles that starts Monday night. God, Gong, it's raining and cookies. Okay? And so then he talked about Peter and the bacon dream. You can be a big pig too. Which I discussed in the previous video, one of them. And then he goes over the Good Samaritan, and he says that there is room for everybody to be a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to pay tithing. We accept everybody's money. You kind of miss the point. The Good Samaritan paid for the hotel and the medical care and any food for that month of time. It's not about joining the church. Oh my God. And yeah, he's a Samaritan. The Mormons walked on by. Walked on by. Walk on by. We'll think about that for the theme song. And then you went and, oh my God, what the hell are you thinking? Choose to be joyfully obedient. Choose to joyfully obey. The false dichotomy agency of Lucifer. And then unique gospel culture. You told people to give up their culture to be members? All around the world, huh? Not gathered to Zion? Oh, but they're gathered to the church. Just evil. So I don't know if we're going to get to some of this other stuff. They're not as important. But yeah, Razben was family proclamation. And he calls it revelatory, not prophetic. Tells us again, it's the church's doctrine to shut off your sex drive and pay the church money to shut it off, and then pay the church to get married to a woman to turn it back on, and pay for the rest of your life in order to have it on, with only the Mormon woman that you paid for. Oh, dear God. But nonetheless. Okay, so let's get to some of these other pictures that I have up on the screen. So we'll just go over this year. The beginning of the year, knowing finally why nothing happened in 2021 that is now happening now. It's because Oaks got leaked saying he's running a test on Armageddon that year in 2020 and 2021. The parting of the waters occurred, creeping death occurred, and other fulfillment of prophecies occurred. Moses sued in Pharaoh's court, and Pharaoh said, "No, I will not let Mormons go." Everything happened. So I was left wondering, well, why? What happened? What went wrong? What's going on? Last November, it got leaked. Oaks was running a test run for Armageddon. So this year, knowing of this, Oaks sends us death threats, 5 of them. If you're righteous, you will be resurrected from the grave after Armageddon. Supposed to be before April conference. Oops, somebody boo-booed and didn't show. So I was doing my Signs in the Heavens videos for the lunar eclipse on Purim and the solar eclipse. And then conference and Passover occurred, and so during after that time, I then get an idea to do a video on the 10 virgins. And I got Oakes's quote from that. And then it occurred to me, Virgo, virgins. Yeah, because Joseph Smith tells us how to decode the signs in the heavens in that book of Signs in the Heavens by the apostle of the Lamb named John from the Book of Mormon. Revelation chapter 12. In the Joseph Smith translation, not only is verse 5 moved to verse 3 for the precise day and time. He says, signs in the heavens are the date, calendar date, and clock time, Revelation, in the likeness of things on the earth, the predictions of the future. Joseph Smith is all about this. He's got the gifts. It's not titles for Joseph Smith. So, oh no, Joseph Smith could be wrong. This may not happen. Go back to my #1 video. It happened. So in verse 7, he helps to decode it for us of what is the likeness on earth. The woman, Virgo, is Joseph Smith's church. Okay? The Jupiter planet, the man-child with the Book of Mormon to rule all nations as the prince who becomes the king at the wedding supper feast in Revelation 19. Notice Lamb is also in there. He is a Mormon. The Church of Joseph Smith is to bring forth the kingdom of our God and his Christ. The king is holding a wedding supper feast at the Zion temple for his son. And Joseph Smith says right here, you are supposed to interpret Matthew 22 as the church is to become the kingdom with the Mormon who's to become the king with the coronation. So is it Oaks? Gong says no. They will not say that it's Oaks. Oaks won't even say that it's him. Because as the president of the Quorum of the 12, he's left vacant the head of the church. The man like Moses, with the gifts of prophet, seer, revelator, and translator of Paleo, Hebrew, and Egyptian. A Mormon is supposed to be the guy. Oh, Gong. So sad. So sad. And there are multiple places, Joseph Smith, the most famous one, where he also helps you to decode scripture prophecy. Section 103, verses 15 through 18. Behold, I say unto you, the redemption of Zion, millennial Zion, must needs come by power. Therefore, I will raise up, Deuteronomy 18, verses 15 through 19, the Jewish Christ. Joseph Smith History, Second Vision, verse 40, Christ. Unto my people, Mormons, a man, who shall lead Mormons like as Moses, the Jewish Christ. The Christ who's born as a Mormon from Joseph Smith's church. So Mormons are the children of Israel and of the seed of Abraham, and must be led out of bondage by the great and abominable church. guess what church that is in the Book of Mormon, Mormons? Give you a hint. They build synagogues, but then change the Jewish religion to the God of the Great Spirit. What are those feet? The iron mingled with clay? Mormons are going to be held in bondage to the great and abominable Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. All right here. And you missed it, Mormons. And Gong, trying to deceive you, taking on the cookie challenge and losing before he even began. I heard him talk about fortune cookies. I lost it. I lost it. He dared to challenge me after I've already proven myself? D. Dodd, did you not notify him? And it's in the Book of Mormon 2, 2 Nephi chapter 3, verse 5. Pay attention to the wording. Okay? So the parable of the 10 virgins. There are 5 who are wise, 5 who are foolish. The foolish don't have oil for their lamps. The reserve oil specifically, like the statue that they put at Temple Square. It's the 5 foolish virgins. And so, knowing of all this, as you go through my video content, you know that I'm checking for full moons for the wise and lunar eclipses for the foolish. And I'm trying to figure out a combination of 5 for each. And how to figure it out. How far back do I go? Do I start with 2014? Do I start with 2017? I checked all of them. Every single year from 2014 to 2025. And I found the 5s. Because they have to be Virgo. Anybody remember when Perry, Packer, and Scott bit the big one in 2015? Yep. That's part of it. 15th of April, 2014, Passover, lunar eclipse, foolish virgin. 16th of March, Purim, 2014, wise virgin. 2015, 4th of April, conference morning. Passover, foolish virgin. 5th of March, Purim, wise virgin. 2016, 23rd of March, Purim, foolish virgin. It switched. Remember the tetrad from 2014, 2015? Yeah. That was part of this, the foolish virgin, or the parable of the 10 virgins, Joseph Smith in section 45. When you see the parable of the 10 virgins getting fulfilled on that day, you will know it's time. And I did the videos. And so then there's a gap. They don't happen until 2024, after 2016's. So 3 sets, 2014, 2015, 2016. And then a gap. And wouldn't you know it, it's the final 2 years. 2024 and 2025. Oh, Gong. Gong, gong, gong. I have gonged that over and over and over. Get off! We need that picture. And so after doing this, I went, wait a minute, the book of Abraham, chapter 1. There's 3 virgins. I have 3 virgins, 2014, 2015, 2016. Sure enough. Am I still recording? Or am I frozen? No, I'm good. In verse 12, after that, is Abraham getting sacrificed on an altar of a lion couch. Solar eclipse, 2017. Gong show. 1970s. 76 to 80, yeah. So I may have actually seen the originals. But, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me find one with a gong. Come on. Where's the gong? There it is. Jamie Farr. There he is. The Gong Show with our very special guest, Jamie Farr. Unbelievable. And yeah, the other guy. He's the one I knew of. I didn't realize Jamie Farr was on there. I'm only aware of this guy. Let's see. Chuck Barris. Okay. Hilarious. There it is. All right. So yes, Joseph Smith is giving us calendar dates and clock times because he's a seer, prophet, revelator, and a translator of Paleo-Hebrew and Egyptian. It's not a title. If they knew this, they would have told you. They don't know you. I've been telling you. Guess what that means? So, I found the Armageddon document in the Egyptian records. That was just recently. Nobody seemed to care. So, let's go back to the original dream that I had, 10th of August, 2025. I had a dream that morning that I told you about, and I put it at the end. I was really groggy. I just got up, turned on the computer, recorded it, and then when I did my video, a little more awake, I put that in at the end of the video telling you about it. And so, in the dream, I'm waking up to 4 loaves of Egyptian hieroglyph bread. Yes, I'm dreaming in Egyptian. And so I wake up. I'm going, that is weird. And I know it's a prophecy dream because I've been practicing interpreting dreams since I was in high school with the big 86 dreams, of which I have told you about. I am a dream interpreter like Joseph of Egypt and Daniel. Go figure. And so doing the research, I'm searching for scriptures, trying to find 4 loaves of bread. Boom, Judges 19. Oh, it's the exact same type of story as the destruction of Sodom with Lot. But there's some variations with it. It's an Armageddon dream. Okay, so Armageddon scripture, Judges 19. 4 loaves of bread. And so I'm like, okay, 4 loaves of bread. All right. Moons. So I'm testing out moons. So I'm checking, okay, so there's going to be new moons and full moons. wise and foolish. Okay? And so it just so happened that the dream was right after the full moon on the 9th of August. So I'm just running the test. I don't know yet. It hasn't happened. Got to run the test. Got to run the test. So I'm checking the calendar in advance, and the first new moon that comes up just happens to be a black moon, because it's an extra one in the season. That was started in 2016. And so we got 23rd of August is the new moon, which is a black moon. Oh, look, it's right there at Regulus. What did Irene call it again? The Latin term, interregnum. None of you guys are a match for me. Oh my God. It's so humiliating for you. Because you're not going to find out until it's too late. You're not going to be notified of my videos yet. So you better hope you guys survive. So yes, the new black moon on the 23rd of August. Number one bread loaf. Boom! Right there at the star Regulus in Utah, Judah, phonetically the same, Leo the lion. Which 2007, August, 21st of August 2017. Monson's birthday, by the way. There's a whole bunch more stuff, as you can tell by the number of videos I have. That's where the eclipse took place. And here, the first bread loaf is, boom, a memorial of that event in 2017, here in the final year. Number two, a blood moon. Total lunar eclipse for Nelson's birthday, number 101. Being purified by the high priest symbol of Aquarius from the Egyptian hieroglyphs. Oh, this is so humiliating, Gong. D-Dodd, you failed. So, the next one, number 3, the Jewish New Year. The evening of the 22nd, and we have a solar eclipse for the new moon. And yes, Mormons, do you remember the 21st night of September, 2 sets of 4 on 22nd September? The 23rd then becomes the anniversary of that event from Revelation chapter 12. Remember? That's where we were in the beginning. Joseph Smith interpreting the vision or the dream or the revelation for you. 23rd of September 2017. The big day when he came. Remember, he's a Mormon. That day was the Relief Society meeting that Monson made part of conference for the first time. The woman is the church, and the Relief Society president, who's brand new for her first conference as part of General Conference, is now the president, and she was in the primary before. Little kids now over women who give birth to little babies. I did send them a letter to the 70 presidency. Whether they got it or not, I don't know. So this is going to be put up later, apparently. This is important to do for you guys. Even though So yes, guess what happened? On the 22nd, the whole world turned on Israel and declared Palestine a state. Revelation chapter 16, Armageddon. Trump on the 23rd gets up in the UN and condemns them for it. You're all going to hell. Are you not paying attention? Trump is the only other world leader in defending Israel, where the whole world is turned against Israel, and only Donald Jesus Trump is standing up for Israel. Do you not see what's happening? It's not Trump. He's not Mormon. What are you thinking? Number 4. Well, almost tomorrow. One more day. Can't sing that yet. Monday. Rainy days and Mondays always get me burned. I don't know yet, but it was funny. But yes, this is what I'm catching on to. Elijah versus the priests of Baal. I already did that this year, and I did it last year. I have demonstrated who I am, and they're supposed to know this. That's why he did the cookie talk. Oh my God. So yes, that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for Armageddon. They're setting it up. They're expecting it to come soon. So the full moon is the start of the Jewish tabernacles that evening on the 6th. And so the 7th to the 13th is the Feast of Tabernacles, of ingathering, remembering the Exodus of Moses. Who's the man like Moses, Mormons? Yeah. Ta-da. But there's some other fun stuff from the 22nd, because Nelson died, didn't he? 7 days later. Oh my God. So on the 19th, I see in the heavens that morning, or I had a dream actually that morning, and then I saw it in the heavens when I went running, of a flood that swept through the valley, and I was able to get into a vehicle and drive up to the top of the mountain, overseeing the flood that engulfed below me. And so I then saw in the heavens the Nile River. The delta, the waning moon, falling moon, delta, it's pointing down. That's why it's called a delta. You know, the 2 stars of David, Yeah, one of them points down, one of them points up. The one pointing down is the delta of the Nile River. Flood. And then Jupiter, that Mormon, is right there in the middle. Where, oh, look, Luxor is. The capital of Egypt. Where the kings get crowned. And then Venus at the bottom. The falling star. So this I saw with Matthew 24, 37 to 39. This was on August 19th. August 19th. All right. And so, yes, this was all the world gathered against Israel. I really don't have time for that one. Don't need enough time for that one. Okay, there's a cookie dream. So, let's see. This was on the 19th of September. I see in the heavens, a sign in the heavens. And then I expanded it and saw, oh, Mars aborts. Mars is going to abort. And again, the woman is the church. And so the sign in the heavens is the delta symbol pointing up as it goes from east to west. The moon is on the left side. Venus is at the top. And then Regulus is the crown. I did pretty pictures with this for you. To help you understand, I did both versions so that you would know. And so, yeah, 19th, so the 27th, 8 days later. Nelson. And you need to know my dreams since D. Dodd was responsible for what happened to me in 2008, where the transfer began, and I began having dreams of the transfer, of the dates, 7788, 7 and 8, 15, doubled. So, Monson died, Revelation chapter 12, verse 4. It's just humiliating. And I warned Nelson, you're next. It's going to happen. He didn't want to believe. 10:01 p.m. One, oh, one. So, recognizing that pattern, I began to talk about the curse of Joseph Smith again. And put that pattern match of Thomas S. Monson and Nelson and added 10, 1, colon, 1, like time, 10, 1, 2025. I didn't know if it was going to be August 1st or if that was it. I just put it on. He's going to be 101 this year. But I put the thing. And I saw the sun shall be darkened and the moon turned to blood with the curse of Joseph Smith. Here comes the flood for the lunar eclipse in Aquarius. And then, boom, he dies on the 27th, as I gave you the day when he would die with 7 and 8s, and the time. I gave you the calendar date and clock time of Nelson's death. Who's got gifts? Gong. Who's got game? I got game. Okay, so that was August 26th for that one. I don't really need that one up. And then the cookie dream. September 2nd and 3rd. I had my cookie dream. And it was little cakes. That's what it was in the dream. Or interpreted from the cookie dream that I had. Little cakes. So I went through the scriptures again looking for little cakes, and it led me right back to Judges 19. It was just a re-emphasis of Judges 19. That it's coming. Maybe we can blame D. Todd. Oh, you dumbass! What the hell were you thinking leaking our plot to the new mission presidents in 2020? I don't know how Travis could have found that scripture. So yeah, I've been wondering. We haven't even had the fall of the church yet. But everything for Armageddon is setting up. It's all been fulfilled. We're just waiting for the final destruction with Armageddon. And so, yeah, we'll have to find out, but I wouldn't mess with the Jews. Right, Nelson? Oh, you're dead?